Hello everyone, my name is BigHeadCode, and if you've seen my videos on the real-world origins of video game characters, you'd know that some of gaming's most iconic characters are based on real people or characters from other forms of media. Today, I'm going to be talking about the real-world origins of Killer Instinct, Part 2. If you like these sort of videos, please leave a like and subscribe as I try to upload 2 to 3 videos a week. Anyway, on to the video. Riptor was created as part of Ultratech's DNA manipulation project. She's a genetically engineered bioweapon that was created by combining human and reptilian DNA. She possesses human-level intellect, but the ferocity and instincts of a raptor. Much of her design and story are similar to the raptors featured in the series Jurassic Park. Like Riptor, the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were created through genetic manipulation, combining dinosaur DNA with that of frogs to fill in the genetic gaps. To prevent breeding, the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were all created female. But it is later discovered that their frog DNA has led to the dinosaurs being able to change their sex in a single-sex environment. This is very similar to Riptor's ending in Killer Instinct 1, which shows that she was somehow able to lay a number of eggs, which led to dinosaurs once again ruling the world. In one of her no-mercy finishing moves from the original Killer Instinct, Riptor opens a cobra-like hood and spits poison at her enemy, similar to the Dilophosaurus featured in the original Jurassic Park. Hisako made her debut as a DLC character in Season 2 of Killer Instinct 2013. She was killed defending her village from renegade soldiers roughly 400 years before the events of Killer Instinct. Hisako is an onryo, a vengeful spirit of Japanese folklore that has the ability to interact and even kill those in the world of the living. Her design takes inspiration from onryo characters seen in Japanese horror films, most notably Ju-on the Grudge and The Ring. Onryo traditionally had no distinct appearance, but during the Edo period of Japan, kabuki performers developed a specific costume that allowed audience members to instantly recognize which performers were portraying ghosts, commonly depicted with long unkempt black hair, pale white skin, and often dressed in tattered robes or a burial kimono. This appearance would go on to influence the depiction of onryo characters in Japanese horror films, often seen having similar unkempt black hair and pale white skin. A number of Hisako's animations borrow heavily from the previously mentioned films. Her crawling animation and ability to blink in and out of existence are similar to scenes from the film The Ring, and her use of jump scares in her intro and windscreen are a staple of the horror movie genre. Aria made her debut in Season 2 of Killer Instinct 2013. She's an artificial superintelligence created by Ultratech and would later control the company, acting as its CEO. Originally created as a Matrix-like simulation of human life, Aria's core programming was created as her designers began to assign more complex simulations, eventually leading to her becoming a super-intelligent being. She deems herself superior to humans, but is unable to feel emotion and seeks a method of synthesizing it. Her design is similar to the Maschinenmensch from the 1927 film Metropolis. In the film, an inventor creates a robot to resurrect his lost love. She is a metallic automaton who in design resembles a human woman, and is one of the first depictions of a robot in cinematic history. Her name and many of her moves are most likely inspired by concepts of classical music. Her attacks allegro, crescendo, and dissonance are all musical terms, and an aria is a piece written for a solo performer in an opera. Her inability to feel emotion and desire to synthesize it might be inspired by the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, who is unable to love the woman he had fallen for after being cursed by the Wicked Witch and seeks the Wizard of Oz to regain his heart. Aria's retro costume is an homage to the characters known as the Cybermen from the series Doctor Who. Conrad made his debut in Season 2 of Killer Instinct 2013. He's an ancient sorcerer who is cursed to forever exist as a rotting corpse after attempting to assassinate his sovereign. Over his 2,000 years of existence, he has mastered the use of dark magic and amassed a collection of ancient artifacts. Much of his story and design are inspired by the character Imhotep from the film series The Mummy. Like Conrad, Imhotep is cursed and mummified after betraying his pharaoh. He is also skilled in dark magic, sharing a number of abilities with Conrad, most notably his immortality, ability to manipulate sand, and telekinesis. His sorcerer costume is inspired by the character Lo Pan from the 1986 film Big Trouble in Little China, which is also the inspiration for the Chinatown Brawl stage. His name is also very similar to the character Mumra from the 1985 animated series Thundercats. Tusk made his debut in Killer Instinct 2, released in 1996. In his original incarnation, he is a legendary barbarian who wields a giant sword and sports a fur-lined loincloth and boots. Much of Tusk's original design is inspired by the character Conan the Barbarian, most famously portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1982 film of the same name. Like Tusk, Conan is a barbarian who wields a massive sword and wears fur-lined shorts and boots. His taunt in Killer Instinct 2013 is also taken directly from the combat stance used by Schwarzenegger in the Palace Raid scene of the film. In Chapter 4 of the Killer Instinct novella, Cinder even refers to Tusk as Conan the Annoyer. His Immortal Warrior redesign in Killer Instinct 2013 is most likely inspired by Ragnar Lothbrok, a legendary Viking that was the inspiration for the lead character in the History Channel series, Vikings. That's all for now, but there's plenty of characters I've yet to cover. If you know of any other character origins, please leave them below in the comments, and I may feature them in future videos. My name is BigHeadCode, and thank you again for watching.